Okay, morning. Okay, so today we still at in chapter 2, your CVP. Okay, but today we try the passive questions, right, as your tutorial questions. Okay, 我们做几题 passive questions. Okay, regarding 你的break-even analysis. Okay, so if you go through your Google Classroom here, right, I will pause a folder here, your passive questions. Right, so 全部在这里了的啊。Right, so the latest is from your previous semester, right, January 2021. Okay, so we start at the latest one. Okay. Okay, so look at your questions. Okay, question 2. 看这题啊 question 2. Okay, so question 2 here, right? This company, right, retails two products, A and B. The budget income statement for the next period will be as follows. So A here, units sold 115,000 units. B, units sold will be 50, right? So total 200,000 units. So 从这里的时候, right, you can calculate your sales mix already. So what is your sales mix here? Okay, so it will be 3 to 1. Okay 吗 ？OK 吗 ？OK， 从这里啊，找你的 sales mix 啦。Right, so sales revenue means that this is your selling price for A, selling price for B. Okay, and then B. Okay, next will be your variable cost. Right, variable cost for A 14, B 18, and the contribution per unit 11 and 17. Okay, so 它这个都已经给你了啊。Right, and then your fixed cost will be 1.5 million. Then, right, the budget operating income here, right, you will earn 1 million. Okay, so 这是它的 budget. Right, so require A number 1. From the two product, right, so compute the break-even point in batches and in units with the planned sales mix above. Right, so the planning sales mix here will be 3 to 1. Right, so 你卖3个 A, 你卖1个 B 啊 right, 3 to 1. Okay, so 它的 break-even point in batches in units 是多少 right, so 6 months. Right, number 2 here, compute your PV ratio for A and B. So A 跟 B 的 PV ratio 是多少 Okay, B, C here, compute your margin of safety. In units 啊，它这边是你要看清楚，它还问你什么啊？它这边是要你 in units 啊，不是 in percentage。它叫你 in units for A and B， 可以吗 ？Part B, suppose that 200 units here, but now only 20,000 of them are A. So 20,000是卖 A 啊 ，so the remaining 18,000是卖 B 咯 ，right? Okay, so 这个的 B 的啊 ，right, means that they'll change their sales mix already, right? So total 200,000, 20,000 for A means that 113,000 for B, right? So now the sales mix here will be changed from, okay, 1 to 9, 1到9对吗？啊 ，OK。如果它的 sales mix 现在是20,000是卖 A， 然后剩下的180,000是卖 B 的话 ，then what is your operating income? And then you need to recalculate what is your break-even point in batches and unit. And then compare your answer here, right? Compare your answer here, right? Okay. So 你是要用 A 的 3 to 1的 sales mix 比较好呢，还是要用 B 的 right 1 to 9的比较好 ？OK， 他问你了 ，Number 3 here，right？ What is your conclusion here? Okay, then next part C, explain any two assumptions. Okay, 5 marks. Okay, so here right，我们有7个 assumption， 对吗 ？So 你 explain 其中的2个就可以了。OK 啊，所以不会很难啊，这题啊不会很难啊。OK， 所以我们先做第一题啦。For your product here, compute your break-even point in batches and in units. Okay. Okay, so passive questions. Right, so this is question 2. Okay, so compute your break-even here. Of course, right, so part A here, right, number 1, right, so what is your sales mix ratio? Okay, so 你要 determine your sales mix ratio, right, 150 to 15,000. Okay, so 150,000跟50,000. Okay, means that your sales mix ratio here will be 3 to 1. Okay, ma? Then after that, so calculate your contribution, okay, per batch. Okay, so product, okay, A, so A 的话 contribution 是11对吗？11 ，right？ So 这个是17 ，right？ 一个是11，一个是17。So A 的话呢 ，okay， so means that 11 ，right？ So multiple by 3, right? Then after that plus, okay, your product B, right? Your contribution will be 17, 对吗？然后 time 1. So what is your contribution per batch here? Right? So 11, right? 11 times 3, right? Plus 17, right? So here will be $50, 50. Okay? So contribution per batch. Then after that, right? Calculate your break even, okay, in batches. 等等啊，关一下。Okay, sorry Okay, so here use your fixed cost, right? So divided by your contribution, okay, per batch. Okay, ma? Okay, so means that. Okay, so what is your fixed cost here? Right, 再看回去你的 fixed cost 1.5 million, 1.5 million 1.5 million. Right, so divided by your contribution per batch 50. Okay. Okay, so what is your break-even in batches? So 1.5 million divided by 50. Okay, so 13,000. 这是 in batches. So 这是 in batch. OK 吗？30 million unit, sorry, 13,000 units in batches. Okay, then after that, 你要去算咯。So what is your break-even? Okay, in A. So A 的 break-even 是多少呢？ Okay, so 你就要用它的 sales mix A 的 sales mix 是3嘛，对吗？3 ，right? So means that 13,000 units, right? Time 3. OK 吗 ？OK, so 等于 OK, so 这个是 OK 30,000乘3。Okay, so 19,000 units. Okay, so what is your break even in B? B 的 break even 要卖几个呢才 break even 呢 ？Okay, so 20,000. Okay, unit. Okay, time. 它的 sale ratio 是1 right 1. Okay, so 这个是30千呢。What is the total break even for the company? 整间公司要 break even 多少呢？整间公司要 break even 多少 ？Okay, so 整间公司要 break even 加起来 ，OK 120千，可以吗 ？OK， 所以这个是 break even A 的 break even， 它要卖9万个 unit。B 的 break even 它要卖3万个 unit， 整间公司加起来的话，它要卖120千 unit。Okay, so this is a break even in units. If you want to get your break even in RM, for example， 到底要卖多少 sales 呢才能够 break even？Okay, so 你就用这个9万 ，right multiple by the selling price. So A 的 selling price 是多少？25块钱跟35块钱。So here multiple by 25. Okay, how about B? B 是要卖35块钱。Okay, means that the total sales 全部 sales 你要做 3.3 million 啦。Okay, so control. Okay, so 3.3 million. Okay, 可以吗？这个有问题吗？ OK 啊，所以这是 A 的啦。A 的题目他问你的啊，所以你要把题目读很清楚，他要问你什么？你看啊，他这边叫你啊 for two product compute break even point in batches and in units 啊，所以有时候学生呢做到这边就停了，没有啊，这是 in batches 啊，然后你还要再做下一个 step 啊，每一个 product 是要卖多少啊？对吗？所以这个是 extra 啦，这是我给你 extra 的。如果他要问你 break even in value， 那你就把这个做出来了。OK 啊，所以那么 do 第二个 ，OK， so they ask you what is your PV ratio？OK for A 的 PV ratio 是多少呢 ？A 的 PV ratio，so what is your PV ratio formula？OK， so means I use your contribution。Okay, per unit. Okay, so divided by your selling price. Okay, so 这个的话呢 ，OK 你就 so what is your contribution per unit？ 11块嘛 ，OK $11 divided by just now your selling price will be $25 25块钱。Okay, then you can multiply by 100%. Okay, so 这是25嘛，对吗 ？Okay, so it means that okay 11 divided by 25. Okay, so the answer here will be 44%. Okay, or okay 你可以讲 0.44. Okay, 44% or 0.44. Okay, then after that calculate your PV ratio for product B. Okay, so product B contribution per unit 是17块钱，17块钱 ，right? So divided by your selling price 35，可以吗？So what is the answer here? Okay, so 17除去35。Okay, so 这个是 48%。这边翻的话 ，Okay, so 49%。or 你可以讲 ，Okay, 0.49。Okay, 4毛9。Okay, so 你再看哦，它题目是问你 ratio。Okay, 然后你就放 percentage 啦，放 percentage，right? 44 and 49. So means that product B here is more profitable than your product A， 对吗 ？Product B 赚比较多一点，就是1块钱的 sales 它可以赚4毛9。A 的话是1块钱可以赚4毛4。Okay, so product B is more profitable. Okay, so 这是第二。Okay, number 3， 第三，他问你什么 ？Right, compute your margin of safety in units for A and B. So A and B 的 margin of safety 是多少呢？ So you compare 啦。Okay, so this is your break-even sales in units， 对吗 ？A 跟 B 的 break-even sales in units，and then what is your expected sales? Okay, what is your expected sales? Okay, so your expected sale will be 150 and 15,000. Okay, so 这是你的 expected sales. Okay. Okay, so number 3. Right, so what is your margin of safety? Okay, for A. Okay, so 你就用 expected sales. Okay, minus up your break-even sales. Okay 吗 ？Okay, so expected sales 是150,000 units. Right, so minus up your break-even sales 是90,000 units 就已经 break-even 了。Okay, so your margin of safety will be 16,000 units. Okay 吗 ？Okay, then after that margin of safety. Okay, for B. Okay, so expected sales, right, 15,000 units. Okay, minus up your break-even sales, 13,000 units. Okay, so, right, your margin of safety in units, 20,000. Okay, for B. Okay, ma? Okay, so part B. Part B, Okay, so 现在呢 suppose that 200,000 are sold, but only 20,000 of them are A. So compute your operating income. Okay, and then now recalculate your break-even point in batches and units. Okay, so what is your operating income? 如果是20,000、200,000、20,000是 A， 80,000是180,000是 B， 所以你的 operating income 是多少 ？Okay, so part B. Okay, 你就先算你的 sales mix 啊。Okay, so your sales mix ratio. Okay, so 20,000 for A. Okay, so the remaining 100,000 for B. Or 你可以1 to 9， 对吗？1 to 9， 过20,000跟180,000。Okay, so here, right, so you can calculate lah. Okay, for example, right, your product, okay, A and B 这边，了解了。Okay, so what is your contribution per unit? Sorry, okay, so contribution per unit for A 是11块，这是17块嘛。And then here I put total. Right, so unit sold, right, 20,000. Okay, so this is 118,000. Okay, so what is your total contribution margin? Okay, so 你就用11乘去20,000。Okay, so 220 B. Okay, then what is your total contribution margin? 加起来。Okay, then after that, less, right, your fixed cost. Okay, so your fixed cost is 多少呢 fixed cost 1.5 million. Okay, so what will be your net operating income? Okay, 175. OK 啦 ，OK 嘛 ，OK 178千 ，OK 这个是叫你算咯，你可以算它的 contribution per unit time the number of units sold, right? Then after that minus out your fixed cost, then you will get your net operating income. Okay, so from here 他就问你啦 ，OK, now recalculate your break-even point in batches and units. OK, 一样的做法啦，所以你跟之前的这边 step 1 step 2这边做法 OK 一样咯，可以吗 OK, so sales mix 是 1.9 了 then after that calculate what is your contribution okay, per batch. Okay, so means that right for A, right $11, right time, right your sales mix is 1, right plus B, right contribution will be 17, right time 9. Okay, so 等于多少呢？所算出来等于多少咯？可以吗？ Okay, so 等于 right 11 right 加 OK 17乘9 OK, so 164 right 164 164 Okay, so after that calculate your break even in batches. Okay, so use your fixed cost 1.5 million divided by 164. Okay, so 150千除去164 Okay, so 9146 Okay, units. Okay, then after that, right, so calculate. Okay, so in batches. Okay, then after that, calculate your break-even lah for A and B. Okay, so A here, right, so 这边啦 Okay, so 91649146 right, so 你乘1咯 because 它的 sales mix 是1嘛 Okay, so 等于Okay, 这个啦乘1 sorry Okay, so 你就用9146乘1 Okay, number 2, part B here, right? So 9146 units, right? So here you need to type 9. Okay, so 9146乘9 Okay, so you total up 加起来 Okay, So 这个是 in units 啊。Okay, so the question here, part B asks you, right? If you change your sales mix, then what is your break-even sales? OK 吗？OK，所以这个是它的答案啦。如果你要 in value 的话呢，来，如果你要 in value 的话，你就直接乘它的 selling price。Okay, 25. Okay, and then this one will be time $35. Okay, then you total up. Okay, okay, so last one, they ask you to comment. Right, compare your answer in part B 2, B 的2 and A 的1. Right, so what is your conclusion you can make here? Okay, so 这个的话呢 ，right 你就去看啦。Okay， 如果你的 ratio 换成1 to 9， then 你很快就 break even 了，对吗？你卖掉91460个 unit， 你就开始 break even 了，你就开始 break even 了，或者是你的 sales 做到3.1 million， 你就开始 break even 了。但是 A 的话呢 ，A 的 part A。Right, so 你需要花多少 unit 才 break even 呢？120千，而且你要 sales 做到3.3 million 才 break even。所以哪一个方法会比较快 break even 呢 ？Right， 比较快 break even。Of course， right 是 OK 第二个 ，right 第二个 ，right so the answer here you will say right OK so new sales mix。Okay, ratio, okay, weight, right? 你就讲1/9啦。Okay, okay, okay, 你就可以讲咯 faster to break even. Okay, 为什么呢 ？Right, because okay, product B okay, has higher okay, contribution， 对吗？它有比较高的 contribution margin。Okay, okay is right selling more， 它卖比较多 ，right？ Okay is 就是contribution margins okay sold more units， 所以它比较快咯。Okay， 因为 product B 是17块 contribution 嘛 ，A 是11，所以当它卖 B 比较快比较多的时候，对吗？9个 unit， 这个才1个 unit，so that's why right 第二个 OK 第二个选择 right 比较快 break even， OK 比较快 break even。Okay, so part C answer I will not given you because already in your PowerPoint notes, right? You have 7 assumptions， 记得吗 ？7 assumptions means 7个里面 ，OK 你要讲其中的2个 ，OK means your CVP analysis here, for example, will be based on marginal costing, okay? So it means that you need to differentiate your cost behavior. Let's say right, your variable cost and your fixed cost, right? By, for example, by using high-low method 啦 ，OK， 你可以讲一个 ，right？ 然后第二个 assumption 你可以讲咯 ，right？ Your CVP model here only apply for relevant range only, means that within the range, all your selling price variable costs remain constant 啦 or unchanged. But okay, but beyond your relevant range, okay, so all these costs will become inaccurate. OK， 所以你就要解释了，讲了其中随便2个 assumption， 那边有7个啊，所以你讲其中的2个 assumption 就 OK 了的。OK， 可以吗 ？OK 啊 ？OK， so this is your passive questions. Then we try one more. OK， 还有吗？看一下，看这题。OK， 这题有吗？跟没有。no， 跟没有。OK， 有吗？OK， 做简。看着，也读就完。哎。OK， 所以这个比较简单啦 ，September October 2018。OK， 所以这题就要比较简单。Okay, so try this. Question 3. Okay, question 3. September, October 2018. Okay, so this include right? So this PLC is an entertainment event management company. Okay, so here 它是做一个娱乐公司来的 ，right? That means that 它会有 entertainment event throughout KL, right? So the company here now 是它要去算 right, examining the fundraising concern, okay, in this Kota Damansara, right? The estimated fixed cost will be 118,000. 不明啊，这个是180,000。Right, 118,000. This is your fixed cost, 118,000. Okay, and then next, right, next paragraph. Right, so this including the fixed pay to performance, okay, and then hire your venue or and your advertising costs. Okay, so 这个180,000里面包括什么呢 ？Okay， 包括你那个要表演的工资 ，right， 然后你租的场地，对吗？还有你的广告费，所需要花到180,000。OK， 需要花到180,000。Then variable cost， 所以那个是 fixed cost 啊。variable cost 呢是包括什么呢 ？Okay， consists of a cost of a prepaid buffet。OK， 所以你要有个自助餐。And then provided by the fund of a catering at the price which is being negotiated. Okay， $10 per ticket， 所以10块钱。OK， 所以包括一个自助餐10块钱，那个是你的 variable cost， 一个 ticket 卖掉要10块钱。The proposed price for the sales of a ticket will be $30. OK， 所以你一张票卖的价钱是卖30块钱。So based on the following information here， 然后他就问你咯 ，OK， the management here， 他要问你这些 requirement，right？ A to I， 哎呦，这么多 ，OK，J。OK， so 第一个 ，right， the number of ticket must be sold to break even。到底要卖多少才开始 break even 呢 ？OK， so here 一样啦 ，OK， so use your break even formula。Okay, so number 1 here A. Okay, so this is question 3. Okay, number 1. Okay, so what is your break even? Okay, yeah, so you use your fixed cost 118,000. Okay, so divided by your contribution per unit. So what is your contribution per unit? Your selling price will be 30, right? So minus out your variable cost, $10. Okay, okay, so 180,000除去20块钱。Okay, so how many tickets to be sold? Right, so 9,000 tickets. 可以吗 ？Okay, so 9,000 tickets or units or tickets, huh? Okay, so this is A. Okay, B. How many tickets must be sold to earn a profit of 16,000 target profit? 如果要赚6万块 then 你要卖多少 ？Okay, so here part B here, right? So ticket, okay, to be sold, okay, for profit of 16,000. Okay, so 你就要用 fixed cost, right? So plus your profit, 对吗 ？fixed cost 加去 profit, and then divided by your contribution margin per unit. Okay, so contribution per unit. 可以吗 ？Okay, so fixed cost 180千，加去你的 profit 你要赚60千。Okay, then after that divided by your contribution per unit, right? $20. Okay. Okay, so means that the answer will be right. So 12,000 ticket. Okay, so 你要卖12千 ticket 啊，你才能够赚到 profit. Okay, 6万块。Okay, so this is part B. Okay, part C. What profit will result if 10,000 ticket were sold? 如果卖1万个 ticket 的话呢，你的 profit 是赚多少 ？What is your net profit if you sold 10,000 units? Okay, so 这个你可以用 profit 的 equation 啦。Okay, so what is your net profit? Okay, if 10,000, okay, so okay, so 你就可以用 net profit equal to, right? So PX, okay, so minus, okay, A plus BX. 用这个啦。Okay, so what is your net profit? Okay, so selling price 是多少呢 ？Selling price 是 OK 30块钱 ，right？ 所乘去10千个 units，right？ 所减去 minus，right？ Your fixed cost 118,000， and then minus your variable cost, right? Your variable cost will be $10, right? Times 10,000 units， 可以吗？ Okay, so you will get. Okay, so 这边300千减去180千减去100千 ，so you will get 20,000. Okay, so 这个有点就像你的 PowerPoint 里面的啦。Okay, PowerPoint 里面的 illustration. Okay, D. Okay, so what selling price would have to be charged if you want to earn a profit of 16,000 and then sells 10,000 ticket, fixed cost 118,000, variable cost 10,000. Okay, so what is your selling price? So 这题呢就问你咯，它的 P 是什么 ？Okay, P 是什么 ？Okay, so selling price. Okay, so if profit 16,000, okay, and sales is 10,000 units. Okay, so 你还是要用这个啦。Okay, 还是用这个啦。Okay, so profit 60千。 OK， 所以等于 P 你不知道，但是 X 你会知道了。OK， 所以10,000。OK， 所以10,000 P。OK， 所以减去，看咯。OK， fixed cost 180千 ，right， 所以减去 variable cost 100千。因为你这边已经算出来了嘛。OK， so here， OK， your selling price， OK， will be， OK， so 你要卖$34， 34块。OK 吗？OK， E。Okay, so how many additional tickets must be sold to cover extra? Okay, if you let's say you have an extra TV advertising of 8,000, assuming that your selling price, variable cost per unit are constant, right? So 你有 extra 的 fixed cost 8,000 then 你还要再卖多少 ticket 出去 right? So here additional fixed cost. Okay, so what is your additional units? So, okay, if your fixed cost, right, extra fixed cost, okay, 8,000. Okay, so 你就可以用8,000了 right? So use your 8,000, right? So divided by your contribution per unit, right? 20块. Okay, so under here will be 400 ticket. Okay, this is E. F. Okay, so 看 F 啊 What is your PV ratio? Okay, so 很简单啊 your PV 啊 Okay, so your contribution $20 divided by your selling price $30. Okay, so equal to right, so 你可以用 0.67 or 67%. Okay, okay, G. Okay, so refer to part F above. If your total sales revenue is 200,000, 如果你的 sales revenue generate 200,000的 sales, okay, what is your total contributions and then what is your net profit? Okay, so 这边你要算两个咯。什么是你的 total contribution? 什么是你的 net profit? If sales, okay, is 200,000. Okay, so total contribution. Okay, if your sales revenue is RM. Okay, so 200,000. Okay, so 你就可以用你的 PV 了嘛，1块钱赚6毛7，那你的生意做200千的话，你赚多少呢 ？Okay, so 0.67. Okay, so 你 multiple by okay 200千。Okay, means that your contribution here you can earn right 134,000. 对吗？你的 contribution 134。Okay, then how to get your net profit? Okay, so net profit here will be your total contribution, right? So less your fixed cost. 对吗 Okay, so your net profit. Okay, so 134千 contribution less your fixed cost 180千。Okay, so means 你的 contribution 不够啊，你的 contribution 不够 cover 你的 fixed cost 啊 ，is not enough to cover your fixed cost. Okay, so means that this is a loss. Okay, so it's a negative 咯，你放 bracket is a loss of 46,000. Okay, so 你的 net profit 是 loss 来的啊，因为你的 contribution 不够 cover 你的 fixed cost， 所以说你的生意做200千是不够的。Okay, 所以还不够的，这个不是你的 break even. Okay, 所以你找到你的 break even， 反正 for example break even in units 对吗 ？break even in units. Okay, so how about your break even in sales? Okay, so 9000一个 unit 的 selling price 是30块，明显你至少要卖270千的 sales 啊，你才 break even。所以说他这边你的生意只做了200千，所以他还是亏钱的。你要做到270千以上才开始赚钱。Okay, okay, so hash. Okay, so what is your margin of safety if let's say, okay, if your sales is 10,000 tickets? Okay. Okay, so what is your margin of safety here? Okay, so expected sales, okay, less out your break-even sales, then divided by your expected sales. Okay, ma? Okay, so here, right, so expected sale will be 10,000 units. Okay, 如果你要 in value 的话 ，if you want to put in value, okay, 你就直接乘 selling price 啊 $30. This is your expected sales. Okay, so less your break-even sales. So your break-even will be 9,000 units, right? 9,000 units. Okay, time $30. So 刚才讲270千嘛 ，okay, $30. Okay, then after that divided by your expected sales. Okay, so the answer will be right. So 它的答案是 right 10%. Okay, of your expected sales. Okay, 你的 expected sales 不可以 drop 超过18%. Okay, or 你可以写 right, so 10%, right, time. Okay, 刚才是 10,000 units, $30就是300千啦。Okay, 或者是我们讲 ，okay, 3万块。Okay, your margin of safety 是18% or 你的 expected sale 或者是3万块。OK 呢 ？Okay, because your expected sales here, right? 所以当你乘出来 ，right, 10,000乘30块钱的话 ，right, your expected sales 是300千。Right, your break-even sales 是 ，okay, 9000个 unit 乘30，所以270千。So the difference here will be 13,000啦。所以你的 expected sale 不可以 drop 超过3万块，然后你就开始，因为已经碰到了你的 break-even sale 的 point 了，就会开始亏钱哦。我 making losses here， 所以 means 这个是多少%呢？就是你 expected sale 的10%。就是说 expected sale 的10%， 3万块 ，right? 13,000 times 10% means 3万块如果 drop 掉，然后你就开始亏钱了。Right, so 30% means 10% of your expected sale or 13,000. Okay, of in units, 如果是用 units 的话呢，你的 expected sales your margin of safety 的 unit 是多少 ？OK， expected sales 是10,000 ，break even sales 是9,000。OK， 明显你的 sales 啊不可以 drop 超过1000个 unit。OK， 1000个 units，then 你就亏钱了咯。OK 啊。Okay, then number I, right? So they ask you, right? Assuming the catering charge will be higher per ticket if the sales ticket are below 4,000. 如果你的 ticket 卖的不理想啊，你只卖4000个 ticket 出去 ，then 你的那个 variable cost catering charges 就是你的 variable cost 嘛。Okay, your variable cost will be increasing. OK， 但是呢，如果你的 ticket 呢卖到越高 ，then 它的 variable cost 就很便宜啦 ，lower 啊 ，OK， 12,000就 lower。So what is relevant range here? Okay, and then what does this term mean? Okay, so what does this term mean? So 什么是你的 relevant range? So 你的 relevant range 是 right between 4,000 to 12,000. So this is your relevant range. Okay, I here. Okay, so your relevant range, okay, will be right 4,000. Okay, within 4,000 to 12,000, right? Ticket. Okay, so what does this mean? 什么是 relevant range? 这个是什么意思呢？ Right, means that within this range, 4,000 to 12,000, your selling price, your variable cost, and your fixed cost are constant only in this range, right? So below 4,000 or more than 12,000 ticket, right? The prices here are not accurate. Okay, so 这个是它的 answer 啦。Okay, so means that your selling price, right? Your variable cost per unit, okay, and your fixed cost, okay, are remain constant. Okay, constant only, okay, in this range. Okay, so outside the range, right? So all the prices here are not accurate. Okay, so 简单了。Okay， 可以吗？So 最后一个 J。Okay, so J highlight two similarity and two difference between accountant CVP model and your economics CVP models, right? 5 marks. Okay, so 你要讲两个一样的，或者是两个不一样的。Okay, okay. So what is the similarity and then what is the different here? Okay, so 我们先算 different 的。Okay, different. So what is the difference between accountants model and your economics model? Okay, 任何的不一样的 different. Okay, 你可以讲啦 right? So the economics model 有几个 break-even point, right? So the economics, right, has 2 break-even point, 对吗 Okay, between your total cost and your total revenue. 还有2个 break-even point 嘛 ，OK， 所以这是 economics 的 ，However。Right, so the accountants model, right, has only one. Okay, so 这是它的不一样的点啊。Okay, one break-even point, right, between, right, your total cost and your total revenue. Okay, so 这是不一样的咯。Okay, number 2还有什么不一样的吗？ Okay, how about the curve here? Okay, the curve 是怎样 ？Right, so accountants model, right, the curve here, the graph here, right, 它的 graph 是怎样的 ？Right, will be linear, right? Okay, accountant model, right? Okay, is linear. Relationship. Between your total cost and your total revenue, 它是 linear 的，对吗？ 还记得吗？ accountant model, right, 它的 graph 是 linear 的。your total revenue and your total cost here. 很直的线 ，linear 的 relationships， 对吗？ But accountants, however, right, your economics model, right, is curve linear relationship. So between your total cost and your total revenue. So 它不一样点啦。Any 2 points. How about the similarity?它的 similarity 有哪里呢？So similarity 有在哪里呢？ Similarity means that, right, 他们两个共同点在哪里？共同点在哪里 means that within the relevant range 啊，如果大家都在那个 relevant range 里面呢，他们两个是一样的 ，right? Within the range 是一样的 in the short terms. 但是呢，如果 outside the range 或者是 in long term 的话呢，他们两个 model 就不一样了的。但是 within 那个 range 的话呢，其实他们是一样的。So this is a similarity 啦。The first one. Similarity. So this is point 1. So the accountant's model, right? The total cost, line, is similar, right, to the economics, in the relevant range only. So 他们在 relevant range 的时候是一样的。所以这个是他们的同样的东西啦。但是 outside the relevant range 呢，他们的 cost 跟 revenue 就不一样了的。number 2 here 一样的东西是什么 ？Right, means that your fixed capacity. Means that your company capacity is not very easy to change in the short run, but in the long run, yes. Your capacity. 没有这么容易更改咯。OK，所以在 short term 里面，你们的公司的 right， 它的 production level 啊 ，OK， 它的 capacity 啊，没有这么容易更改。OK， 所以这个不管你是 economics model 或者是 accountants model right 的 capacity right in the short term here cannot be easily ordered means that 如果当你公司 right 它的 capacity for example right 所以这是你的 quantity 对吗？所以如果公司的 capacity right 是 within 这个 capacity 就是说它能够制造多少 units 出来。Okay, so fix the maximum capacity 到这里。So 在 short terms， 不管你是 accountant model or economic model, right? In short terms, right? Company cannot easily order or change their capacity. 它不能够说 OK， 我能够做10000个 unit， 这个是我的 fixed capacity。但是如果他讲他要做15000，在 short term 能够吗？不能够。因为它的 machine hour 或者是它的 labor hour 在那个 period 不能够增加。Okay， so 这两个 similarity 呢 ，accountants or economics in short terms 你的 capacity 不容易 changes。Okay， but in long term yes，in long term yes you can buy more machinery right， you can recruit more employee， 那时候你的 capacity 就会更改，但是 in short terms 不能够，没有这么容易更改。Okay， so this is a similarity 啦。OK 吗？Okay， so these are the two right past questions regarding your break-even analysis and your CVP. Okay, so we finished your chapter 1 and 2 already. Okay, so before move to chapter 3 any questions so far? 有吗？ Okay, so chapter 3的话 let's say right when we your midterm right 你的 midterm 是下个月啦，还没有 determine 是几时 right the midterm here will cover your chapter 1 plus chapter 2 and then chapter 3 here for A only 在这里 okay plus chapter 3 okay part A okay so 剩下的这个没有啦，这边没有。Okay, so only part A means that your special pricing decisions. Okay, so 这个是你的 midterm 啦 ，Chapter 1, Chapter 2 and 3A. Okay, so 考试时间应该等 Chapter 3A 交完后啦。Okay, maybe in the middle of June. Okay, 6月中这样子咯。Okay, maybe we will discuss it. 下个星期再决定你的 midterm 时间啦。Okay, so 在这边有问题吗？ Okay, 有没有其他问题 before we move to chapter 3? Any problem regarding your assignments or regarding which area you want me to repeat or explain to you? Okay, 或者是你的 assignment 找到了吗 ？Everyone, do you have your group? 对吗？每个人都有自己的 group 了吗 ？Yeah? Okay, 每个人都有自己的 group 吗 ？Okay, so are you facing any problem regarding your group assignment? Okay, 没有啊，没有问题啊。Okay, 如果没有的话 ，right, then we rebriefing your chapter 3 lah. Okay, chapter 3. Okay, so chapter 3 here, right? We were using your relevant cost and your relevant revenue for decision making. Okay, so chapter 3 will be decision making. Right, so 当 right when company right facing a non-routine problem， 如果公司呢，当它面对一些问题，不是每天常常会面对的问题，是说不定有时候才会发生的问题。Right, means that we sometimes we call it non-routine problem. Okay, 不是每天面对的问题。So, okay, so how to make decision？ 怎么做一个正确列说我要怎么解决呢 ？Right, so right, we were using relevant cost and your relevant revenue. 我们会用 relevant cost 跟 relevant revenue 来做决定。Okay, so here, right, you need to differentiate. So you need to understand, right, the definitions or the theory behind what is we call it relevant cost, okay, or irrelevant cost. 什么是 relevant 的，什么是 irrelevant 的 cost， 或者是什么是 relevant revenue， okay， 或者是什么是 irrelevant revenue， okay， 可以吗？ Okay, so of course lah, relevant cost and your revenue here, we are based on we call it financial factor or financial calculation. 当然了，这个是我们用加加减减的算法嘛，对吗？我们用加加减减的算法，然后算到一个数字出来，然后过后我们来做决定。Okay, so 这种呢，我们叫它 this is we call it quantitative factor. Okay, means that 我们用 quantity 啦，用数字，用 financial factors, or we call it quantitative. Okay, quantitative factor 就是你用算出来的钱 right 来做 decision making. Okay, but sometimes, okay, or most of the times, okay, we also need to consider qualitative factor. Okay, qualitative factor sometimes we call it, this is a non-financial factor. 不是用数字来衡量的， okay, 一个因素考量的 or sometimes we call it qualitative 啦 okay, non-financial factors. Okay, so 其他的因素我们也是要衡量 okay, we call it qualitative. Okay, so for relevant cost and relevant revenue here, right, so we can use this, right, to make decision problem, right, 这个5个 right, this 5, okay, 这个5个我们可以用 right, so number 1 here, A here will be your special pricing. Okay, special pricing decisions. Okay, so special pricing means that, right, sometimes, right, you will receive a quotations, okay, from your customer. 有时候啊，你会收到顾客的一个特别的订单 right, okay, 不是每天都有的，它是一个特别的一个 special order. Then they will ask you, right, to set a price. 他会叫你 set 一个价钱哦。Okay, 你大概要做一个价钱给我，你要卖我多少钱 ？So of course, right, 你要知道你的 relevant cost 是多少，到底这个 okay special order 你要接受还是不要接受 ？Do you want to accept this special order or you want to reject it? Okay, of course you need to calculate 啦 based on relevant cost or relevant revenue. Okay, so 这个我们可以用 special pricing, means that you get a special order from your customer. Okay, it's not your existing customer. 说不定几时多来的一单生意，然后你要去算。Okay, so 你要去算。Okay, 那么 2 here 第二个 right, product mix decisions. Product mix decision whereby, right, 你公司遇到有一个问题了。Let's say you have a capital constraints. Capital constraints 有很多个 problem 啦。Okay, so 你要找去你公司的 capital constraint 是什么 ？For example, let's say in terms of raw material. Okay, maybe in terms of your labor hours, or maybe in terms of your machine's hour. Okay, so sometimes, right, you have a limited, you have a limiting raw material, labor hour, and machine hour, but you have a different product, 你有很多 product 嘛 A, B, C, D, right? So they are sharing same raw material. For example, 他们都是用同样的 raw material, but the material here is limited. Okay, and your sales demand here, right, is more, and then you cannot fulfill all your demand. Okay, so means that 你的 sales demand, okay, 太多了 ，okay, 太多了 and 你的 raw material 不够 right? So you have a shortage of your material. So which product to be produced first? Okay, 你就会想咯，这样子原料不够，我的生意这边又这么多，我又不能全部做完， then 怎么 solve 呢？哪一个 product 可以先做呢？Okay, so here we using relevant cost for decision. 我们可以用这个方法 relevant cost 去帮你做决定，然后去解决 right to solve right your short term problem. 你短期的问题可以帮到你解决咯。Okay, 短期的问题可以帮到你解决。Or let's say 有时候你的员工不够，或者是 sometimes right you break down machines break down 机器坏了 machine 不能够 operate, so not enough machine hours. Okay, then 你又有这么多生意 sales demand. Okay, so machine hour 不够 then okay, so okay, we can using your product mix to solve your short term problem 短期的 okay, so 这是第二个 okay, 第三个呢 number third here right, replacement of equipment. Okay, replacement of equipment 呢这边呢就讲咯right, outsourcing replace equipment means that okay, 你的决定是 do you want to keep the all equipment? Okay, so 这边有一个决定 or do you want to buy a new? Okay, keep or buy equipment. Okay, means that maybe the all equipment here you are used up for 5 years or 10 years already, right? So 你有旧的 machines 旧的 equipment 你用了很久了。Okay, 所以现在你要做决定咯，你要不要换一个新的 ？Okay, 你要不要换一个新的 equipment? Okay, 可以买一个新的 equipment. So here, right, what is your relevant cost or what is your irrelevant cost? Then what is your decision 啦？你要做决定咯，到底要买比较合算呢，还是用旧的比较合算 ？Okay, so this is number third 啦。Okay, number fourth, 第四个呢 ，right, outsourcing or make or buy. Outsourcing 就是说 ，okay, 这个 product, right, so this product, okay, so you want to consider, right, so you want to manufacture this product. Okay, so 这是 make 咯 ，manufacture your product internally. 自己做比较好呢，比较合算呢。Okay, manufacture your product internally, or right, outsourcing 就是去跟外面买 ，right, purchase externally. 哪一个比较合算？Okay, so 你来 we using relevant cost and revenue. Okay, so okay, to do your computation and then right 最后到底是 make or buy? Make 就是自己做 manufacture internally, okay, 或者是 right you buy externally, okay, 去外面买还是比较合算吗？Okay, so 这个也是可以用来做 decision making. Okay, number 4. Number 5, the fifth one, 第五个呢 means that discontinuation decision. Okay, so discontinuation decision means that sometimes some division or some branches let's say always making losses. OK， 有时候你的 product or your division, your branches, OK, always making losses， 一直亏钱的。OK， so right， 你要做 decision 咯。Do you want to keep？ OK， 你还是要保留这个这个 product 吗？还是 keep 这个这个 branches？Or you want to close it down， 把它关掉了。Okay, the closure of your division, or 你 close your product. Okay, and then we also can use your relevant cost and revenue 啦，可以用这个来去做 decisions. Okay, so these are the 5 non-routine. Okay, so non-routine problem. Then we can solve it by using your relevant cost and revenue. Okay, okay 吗？ Okay, okay 吗？ Okay, so I think I want to stop here 啦。Okay, 因为阿拉兰的一点点时间的在做来讲不够。Okay, so maybe I will stop here. So any questions? 有问题吗？ Any questions? Okay, 没有啊。Okay, so 没有的话 right? So next week, right? Tuesday is Gawai. So 你们要上课吗？还是不要上课 ？Okay. OK， 要上课还是不要上课？你跟我讲。OK， 如果没有事情做，在家很闲，要上课，等我会上agree 了，就一起上了，反正是 Zoom meeting 嘛。如果你们不要打算上课，要 holiday 的时候，我就一个 off 咯。所以你们要上还是不要上呢？可以拿。OK， 其他人呢？ OK， 所以如果要上课的话，反正也不能够去哪里嘛。Right, stay at home. 如果要上课的话 ，then 我就上课咯。Right, resume 就是 as normal 咯。OK， 所以这个不要 no。OK， 所以要上还是不要上？看谁比较多要上，还是谁比较多不要上。OK，I'm OK， 我是随便的。就一个要一个不要，那怎么办？不啦，给投票啊，这样子谁谁要上的就放 yes 哦，不要上的就放 no 咯。OK， OK， 我 OK 的 ，OK， holiday， 哎 holiday 啊，对，还有吗 ？Anyone？ 2个要 holiday， 一个要上课，几个要上课？holiday 啊。OK， 没有了。Ask again holiday 。OK， so holiday 的话呢 ，so OK，never mind。OK， 我们就 holiday 啦。OK， 我们就 holiday。Right， so no class on 1st of June。OK，no class。Right，but 3rd of June 要回来上课Right，online OK，so 6月3号的话，我们就上课啦。So 6月1号我们就 no classes 啊。可以啊 ，OK 啦 ，OK 啦 ，OK，so thank you，OK，so see you next Thursday， 下个星期四啦 ，OK 啊，拜拜啊。